So Ryan, what's the hype about today?
On this day in 2001, an American Airlines Boeing 767 loaded with nearly 76,000 liters of jet fuel crashes into the North Tower of the World Trade Center in New York City. Then 18 minutes later, a second Boeing 767 belonging to the United Airlines sliced into the South Tower.
And while millions of people around the world watched the events unfold on television, an American Airlines 757 circled over downtown Washington. It's standing to the west side of the Pentagon military headquarters, causing an inferno that led to structural collapse of a portion of the building. A fourth plane had also been hijacked, but the passengers fought the four hijackers. The plane crashed into a field in western Pennsylvania, killing all 45 people on board. Its intended target is not known, but theories include the White House, the U.S. Capitol, the Camp David presidential retreat in Maryland, or one of several nuclear power plants along the eastern seaboard. Both towers of the World Trade Center later collapsed. Nearly 3,000 people died in the World Trade Center and its vicinities. This included a staggering 343 firefighters and paramedics, 23 New York City police officers, and 37 Port Authority police officers who were trying to complete an evacuation of the building. Osama bin Laden's terrorist organization Al-Qaeda claimed responsibility for the attacks.
Since then, there have been many conspiracy theories around 9/11. Some claims that no planes crashed into the World Trade Center or the Pentagon, and that the buildings were demolished with explosives. Some theories suggest that the American government were behind the attacks, and that they were used as a false flag operation.
Yeah, I guess no one will ever know the full story behind 9/11. But on this day, we remember those that died.
On this day in 1921, the silent film era star Fatih Arbuckle is arrested on a charge of rape and murder. He was later acquitted by a jury, but the scandal essentially put an end to his career.
Yeah, on this day in 1971, former Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev died. He was involved in some of the most important events of the Cold War.
In 1960, he achieved instant celebrity status when, during a debate at the United Nations, he took off his shoe and pounded the table to get attention.
Yeah, and of course in 1962, Khrushchev and US President John F. Kennedy faced off against each other over the Cuban Missile Crisis.
And finally, on this day in 1950, former Prime Minister of South Africa, Jan Smuts, dies at the age of 80.
Now, Smuts was regarded as one of the finest statesmen of all time. Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe to our channel and tune in tomorrow for another This Day in History.